A new picture book for kids called Juneteenth is out now. Banji Garrett, Reginald C. Adams, and Samson Bimbo Adenugba here to chat all about it. Thank you so much for your time today.
Glad to be
here. Van, I want to go ahead and start with you. Hard information, but a reason to celebrate. But for a kid hearing it for the first time, or maybe a kid hearing it with their parents, tell me a little bit about creating that story specifically for them.
So creating a story for young people is a dream come true, being able to share a rich history, looking forward to young people just embracing maybe some newfound information. So, yeah.
Let's go and talk a little bit about the artwork, because the book is so beautiful. It is a celebration. One of the key, pages that I saw right off the beginning was, this looks a lot different than a Labor Day parade or a 4th of July parade, and things that kids can identify with, and people they can identify with, and songs they can identify with, as far as creating the artwork for this book.
This was truly a collaboration between Samson and I. We spent a lot of time just brainstorming what it would look like to bring Van's words to life. And then, having spent some time in Galveston, we had a chance to see the parade, which we were able to draw inspiration from. And then, Samson does what he does and helps put that down on paper. Samson, you want to comment on that?
Yeah, it's really a great privilege for me to be part of what we always read about and saw in movies, and to seeing it live, and also being part of projecting it to the future, talking about the children through this book.
The role of Galveston, Texas, because that is also a key part that kids could learn about.
Well, one of the things that I learned just when we painted the mural, Absolute Equality in Galveston, which is the birthplace of Juneteenth, was how important this holiday was for the locals. They call it the BOIs, Born on the Islanders. And it was really important that we, tell the story as authentically as we could, so that we could honor that history and the heritage of Galveston, and at the same time tell a story that would resonate with the country, especially now that Juneteenth is a national holiday.
Van, I want to talk a little bit about the character, and we get to see this through a young boy's eyes, going with his family to the parade, going to the celebration. Tell me a little bit about creating this, and does this feel like a full circle moment that you wish, I wish I had a book like this growing up?
Oh, no doubt, Rudy, exactly. Well, I'll tell you, when I was a kid, I had the opportunity to experience a Juneteenth parade, and it was a life-changing event for me. Thinking about it now, I get goosebumps, man. It was just so eye-opening, seeing people having so much pride, but it was in Grimes County, which is not Galveston, for people that are unfamiliar with Texas and that. But my nephew, we had an opportunity to take him to the Galveston Juneteenth parade, and being there on the water and being there and seeing that, it was just a great experience. So yes, you're right. I wish a book like this was written when I was a kid coming up, but I am glad that we're able to share this book with young people all around the world. So.
Samson, you have some videos on your YouTube page. You do a lot of work, especially teaching people around what's taking place in Texas. Tell me what this, creating this project, especially for young adults and young kids and families, was like for you.
Well, like was said, while we were preparing for the mural, we actually lived in Galveston. So we have opportunity to actually mingle and to actually feel the city and the tempo of the effect of the story, and also the Juneteenth celebration. So I saw it live in the faces of the children and the young adults, so that helps me to be able to interpret it visually through the illustration of the book.
It's one thing that is definitely not lost on me, but especially with Juneteenth becoming a national holiday, that there's a whole generation of kids who are young now who are always going to see it as a celebration, and they're going to have this book, where other previous generations maybe didn't, have that same experience, but we're going to get, it just shows you, what the future holds for us. And it's such an amazing part that you guys were able to create this book to give the kids the opportunity to, if they can't get down to Galveston, to at least see what the celebration is like, and hopefully one day be able to go down there.
Yeah.
Indeed. And a father of a 5-year-old and a 21-year-old, just to see the excitement. I've read this book to him many times now. My son's in it. And it is different. I didn't have books that represented, people that looked like me when I was a child. And so I salute my brother Van for taking the challenge of bringing this story to life. And for Samson and I know it's been both a joy for us to see children who can now embrace a story that hopefully they'll read to their grandchildren in the future to come.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Well, thank you all so much for your time today. Van, Reginald, Samson, Juneteenth in stores now.
Thank you.
Rudy.